I was going to say, you're in a different room, Joe.
I'm on the floor.
Hey,
Hi.
guys.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, Kenny, good of you to join us. I know it's probably very late where you are, isn't it?
It's about 10 in Japan.
Oh, okay,
right now.
Not quite as bad as I thought.
Not too late, not too late. Nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you.
Hi, Joe. I think we are connected in Telegram, the group. I think you're helping us do the marketing. Yeah? No?
Probably. For which?
Yeah, the previous free TON and the Moonstake campaign.
Yes.
Before?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Free TON connecting people all over the world.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Right. We've got Mitya, Anastasia, Roman, Michael, and Timothy. Have you got cameras where you are, guys? Or are you all in the bath? Hey, Anastasia, how are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Oh, busy weekend. Busy weekend. I think I'm still just about recovering. No, we got there, didn't we?
Same here.
Oh, this thing keeps wobbling loose on me. Second, guys. And more people joining us now. There we go. Alex, Dimitri, Vlad, Pavel. Mitra, if you can hear us.
Hi, everybody.
I think everyone's just about connecting.
Yes, hi.
Alex, are you already in a new country? I'm joking.
No, just in the hotel room, conservatively.
Oh, for once, you're actually
everybody jealous again.
Yeah, you're actually standing still, Alex. It's a change. Usually these meetings, you're last week you're at the conference moving around, and yeah.
You see, Ben, finally some stability.
Getting there bit by bit. Right, well, I think we should have a few more joining us as we go along, but let's just double check. Yeah, we're live on YouTube, so hey, YouTube, welcome to Weekly Meetup 78. God, these weeks fly by, don't they? 78 already. If you haven't joined us for the previous couple of meetings, just there we go. Then, well, obviously I'm not Ron. He will be back next week, I believe. But you know, for this week, you're kind of stuck with me. So let's dive into it. Introduction. Obviously, we've got some distributions happen this week, some big ones, big distributions. Let's start with the slightly smaller ones. We've had Free TON Academy. I've had their 6-month renewal. So yay, well done, Free TON Academy. We've had some contests in the form of the Rust Cup distribution and I think it was a Rust Cup amendment distribution to be specific. And the soundtrack contest was finally kind of resolved with all the vesting that went with that. So yeah, congratulations to everyone in that. And the big one this week was the DeFi Alliance partnership proposal. So a few of you kind of number savvy people will have noticed there was a massive 400 million plus tokens, which went out with the distribution this week. Obviously, the lion's share, the huge majority of this is to do with the DeFi Alliance partnership. There are some huge plans, some massive brains involved in putting this proposal forward. So yeah, huge steps forward all round. In terms of introductions, that's about it. Just a quick forward. I know obviously we had a few messages in the YouTube chat last week. The June stuff is moving, guys. Nothing to do with all the kind of haranguing last week, but it is moving. So yeah, let's have some decorum about all this. And yeah, things are turning. Right, so on to our main presentations. Mitya hasn't confirmed he can hear me yet, but I think he can. I can.
I did.
Beautiful. Great to hear you again, buddy. Have you recovered after this weekend?
Hardly.
Man, well, we had a few fraught nerves, but we'll get to that. So if you can start with some tech updates, then I know Joe has to dash off. So I'm going to let her dive in with her bit, and then we'll come to the weekend, if that's all right. If you have any tech updates for me.
Not really. I mean, this week we're testing the network, which is combination, like it's a stress test of the network, of the combined network between C++ and Rust nodes for the transfer the fastest we can. There is a contest and formal verification subgovernance for audit of some parts of the node that will go on within like November timeframe. So by the end of November, we should have also some results of that already. And so yeah, so I mean, we're well on track to replace the C++ nodes and transfer everything to Rust this month. That's about it in terms of tech dates, I think.
Excellent. So basically all systems go. Everything's cooking on gas, as we say over here. Brilliant. Just quickly, while we're on the topic then, did anyone have any questions for Mitra on the technical updates on the Zoom call? Please raise your hands if you do, or just speak up. No. Hey, there we go. It must be a good week on the tech front. There we go then. Well, moving on to Joe. 2 weeks till Malta. Is it only 2 weeks already?
Yeah, 2 weeks. That's it.
Oh gosh.
16th to the 18th of November. It is a really, really huge event, and there hasn't been that much going on in our community, so it's difficult to do much of an update here. But are you coming? I hope you're coming.
I am. I'm definitely there.
The Club Cups were supposed to put through their own contest, but it seems like maybe 1 or 2 were going through, and I'm not really updated on how it's happening. I think it might have been a bit complicated this time around because we wanted to do it more on chain, more fair, the right way to do things, but it ended up being a bit more complicated, a bit more steps to take for people. So I think that kind of affected the results. And I put out a poll through the community this morning, and there's, I don't know, maybe like 8 people going, I think. Now you're going, Dion, Alex, Misha, I think Mark Feldman, and some other people. But I hope that more of the community are joining because it's an enormous event, enormous booth. It's like, I think 12 by 6 meters or something like that. I forget offhand, but it's even bigger than Dubai. Alex is going to be speaking. We have that 90-minute workshop to flesh out and cover. There's a lot of opportunities for people to come and talk about your projects. We'll have on-site video interviews, media coverage, and there will be professional photo shoots. And we are also nominated for 3 awards this time. There's Community of the Year, the Mass Adoption Project of the Year, and Blockchain Solution of the Year, which we won last time. Hopefully we can get all 3. So vote, vote, vote. I put the links in the chats and I'll spam it again soon. And there was something else. So I sent through all of the booth designs and stuff this morning to get it squared away, but I can share with you the building plan of what the booth might be like. So just in case people are curious, you want to know what might be built or whatever.
We're always curious around here, Joe.
Always curious. So let me share this. Can you see it? Yeah. Okay. So this is not the design. There will be vinyl stickers and wrappings, and we'll have different sections of everything, but this is just the structure of the booth that's being built for us. There's DeFi crew will be in G2. Can you see my mouse? Yeah?
Yes,
yeah,
we can.
Yeah.
Okay. So the G2 is going to be G2. The DeFi crew is going to be around here, and Surf's going to be in G1 area, and NFT is going to be back here. That's E1. And back here is going to be partnerships and schmoozing, talking, sitting with people. There's another view down here. So there's going to be more seating in this booth. And also we're getting a big coffee machine for the entire event. So every day it's going to be stocked and endless coffee. Last time we had just a ton of food. There was water and coffee and juice. And people just kept passing by the booth and taking our food. And the one thing that everybody really, really, really wanted was coffee. So this time we're going to get a machine that does not run out. It is there for us for infinity. And we might hide it in this little hideaway area, like our cave or hideout spot. And then, ask guests, hey, do you want a coffee? We'll make it for you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. That's basically all I have to say.
Oh, excellent. That's a very cool looking booth, definitely. And I mean, if all of that isn't enough to persuade you to try and get along at the last minute, I mean, we want you there. That there's community funds put aside to get you all there. Let's try and do this. But if all that isn't enough, we'll be playing Nevermind the Shitcoins live in Malta as well. So we're going to try and organise this, definitely. So I mean, come on.
That'd be cool.
Malta. Yeah, it'd be cool. Let's have a big meetup and do some cool stuff. Right, and speaking of very cool stuff. Oh, sorry. Anyone on the call have any questions about Malta? Don't see any hands, but just shout up if you do, guys. Be nice to see some more faces as well. If anyone's out there. No questions? Okay, excellent. Right, well, let's move on then. Again, speaking of a man with no face and Anastasia there as well, we had a very exciting weekend, didn't we? The Killer Whale podcast. Do you guys want to take it away? I'm sure people have enough of my voice.
Oh, I don't know. I think you're doing great. Well, it was wonderful, I think. It went really great. We got like enormous success, I think, like considering everything. And I can say just few results, I think, for you right now. So we got, it's on the KWPC show website, but basically it's, well, just the high level statistics. So we got a TVL of 62 million tons, which is now locked in terms of price and both tokens. Like the 0.68 tons and like the last price of the that people got KWT for, and we got a supply of 70,500,000, like more than 70,500,000 KWT tokens, and 14,439,000, a little bit more than that, 1,000 tons. That was locked for different periods, and I will talk about these periods. So, and we got an airdrop for like every last KWT on the airdrop was taken. It's 499,980 tokens in in total. So a lot of people that like I heard couldn't actually get the tokens in the end. Like so that was a lot of more participants than we actually got, and I will give you some stats on that now. So basically, we got more than 3 million tons, 3,600,000 tons locked for 90 days. We got more than 4 million tons locked in 180 days, and we got an amazing 6,500,000 tons locked for a year. So I think this shows really like it's 56% of all staked went for a year locking, which I think is a great result. And of course, we're so grateful for people to put a lot of trust in us and believe in that project. So I think this is an incredible result. And again, thank you everyone who participated. And we look into the year, which will be full of new projects and new liquidity events and stuff like that. I mean, this is really, really, really encouraging and amazing. It showed also that because all the staking was done through DBots, like everything was done through DBots. And it showed that two things about DBot technology, which for me is also very important. One thing, it works for everyone. Second, well, it's really easy if you do it properly. Third one, the whole system like of debots was built in 1 week time. So the debot stuff and the amazing support in Surf for the whole event was built within a week. I'm not talking about smart contracts, of course, here. Smart contracts took a little bit longer, but also not very much longer. It took about, I think, 3 weeks together with the audit by an incredible Preventer team who did an just amazing job within 1 week to like auditing all the smart contracts that went in, because of course we have a lot of locking, so we couldn't just make you lock tokens without the security audit. So an incredible like work by everyone, but also incredible validation for the Web3 technology and vision, that it can really empower DeFi applications, and it can like be really easy to use. And I think it's just the beginning, because we want to show you how these debots work for a very complicated compounding things that we're going to do in KWC. Meaning that, you know, you will be voting, you will be staking in different liquidity pools for different projects, you will be tracking this and so on and so forth. And you will see how debot makes it all like incredibly easy that a child can do DeFi. And that's really the vision behind Web3, that a child can do DeFi. And I believe child can do DeFi, but it cannot do DeFi without debot. So I think for me also technically, for everyone, this is an incredible validation of that point. And we want to continue to build on that. So again, thank you all. Thank you, of course, again, for the both Anastasia and Ben for an incredible team, which took this, this amount of production into what, we got few glitches, but there were really few if you think of the just incredible number of things we had to do in production-wise and organization-wise and everything. So again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, who participated. That's it from me, Ben.
Yeah, excellent words. I mean, like you say, it was so easy a child could do it. I did it. So that's definitely speaks for the average child being able to do it. And I mean, apart from the technology side, personally, from my perspective, it speaks volumes for the community side. Meet just mentioned some incredible numbers, and I think it's almost kind of passing us by. All of that was achieved in 1 hour. On a Saturday afternoon for most people, to get all of those people together, so excited and, there, and it was incredible. And like Mitch just said, it is literally just the beginning. Anastasia obviously is going to be kind of the main contact, the main link, the mother of startups, as she once put it. Do you want to say a few words about the interviews you did on Saturday? Because there's a lot of watchback ability to the show as well, of course. Some really fascinating insights you had.
Well, I hope you guys liked the interviews that we had. Obviously, there is a huge work that we're going to do, due diligence and more stuff that we're going to work on. We have lots of applications, and even to know when to take time to do that. But yeah, this is a huge work that we're going to do, and I hope that you'll really like the episodes that we're going to have in the nearest month. I'm very proud of the team.
I think your microphone's a little bit. Yeah, you
Oh, sorry.
Sorry,
you didn't hear anything.
Over the mic.
Sorry. So I just said that there is a huge job that we're going to do in the future, in the nearest future, and we have lots of applications, lots of startups who really want to try themselves in order to, to participate in the show, to list the token. And yeah, very proud of the work that we've done. Very proud of my colleagues, Ben and Mita, and thank you very much, everyone. I hope that you will enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you again. That's thank you, everyone. It was an incredible afternoon. It was an incredible week of so much work, and obviously the team is much more than just Mita, Anastasia, and myself. There was a lot of people who helped us in so many ways on that day. So thank you to everyone who helped, and thank you to everyone who came again. Right, does anyone have any questions on the call? I know, Roman, you've just sent me some questions. I need to quickly translate them across. But yes, has anyone got any questions about the KWPC show on the call? Just to get the ball rolling, Mitra, I've had a few questions in my DMs this week about when things will be starting to roll with Flex, essentially. So when you'll be able to go on there and.
Well, for the timing of Flex, I'm not like we are doing everything in our power to put it in production by December. So yeah, once it's there, then I think there is a formal verification contest going on for the verification of Flex contracts. So this is also important part to remember. But yeah, once we're in the production with Flex, then we can roll out the first episode with the first, obviously the first startups that we're going to choose.
Yeah, excellent. I don't see any more hands raised. Just in the YouTube chat, we have someone be there. Mitra, you're a genius. So always nice to hear these nice little things. Yeah, in which case, let's move on to our next presentation. We have something exciting, a last-minute addition from Roman. Take it away, buddy.
Yeah, questions for me?
No, you didn't have any. Well, I'm going to translate those questions you've sent me over DM now. But while I do that, do you want to kick off your CoinMarketCap and WebFree presentation?
Yeah,
take me a minute.
There are quite a lot of questions from the KWP.
Well, it might be easier if you were to read these out for us.
Maybe there will be much better to create additional AMA session for that, because there are quite a lot of questions.
I think that's a damn good idea. Mitra, Anastasia, should we work on getting another AMA together at some point?
Sure, no problem. We're ready.
Excellent.
Cool.
Right. In which case, I'll introduce you again, Roman. CoinMarketCap and WebFree Army.
Yeah, I would like to tell each community member that Tom Crystal already got a rank on the CoinMarketCap. Thanks of a lot of efforts of that. We've now got a rank of 267. And what we are going to suggest. So first of all, each community member can help to go on the CoinMarketCap, register here, and then add to Tom Crystal for your watch list. Why is it so important? Because if there are some traders, some newcomers, some people who are interested in TON, they will find our coin on the CoinMarketCap. They will see that there are more community members who are interested in news about our coin. So main idea to promote that, to add more watch lists here. And it will take maybe 1 minute or two, no more, and it can help quite a lot. The second thing I would like to introduce that we are, by behalf of the SMMs of governance, we create the WebFree Army. We call it WebFree Army to promote Web3 ideas among our project. How does it works? That we post in the Telegram chat. We post the most active Twitter posts, like what coin should be listed next, what the most promising coins are attractive in this year, and so on. You can go there, you can comment, you can help to like or tweet or share, and so That's a small step, but everyone can participate. That can help these marketing activities. And if you want to suggest something, you can do that. At this moment, we have no reward system for that, only on volunteers. But maybe in the future, we do not promise, but maybe in the future we'll think how to motivate people do this more. Because if everyone participate and spend 1 or 2 minutes per day, it can move our project higher. I'll drop a link and there will be a special announcements in the Free TON chats, so you can find the link to this chat and you can join. And we will highly appreciate any help. Thanks. That's all.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Alex, Darkwing, you have a question, my friend?
No, just want to add that really support this activity because we have number of active people and this number is growing. And every day they participate in other different groups, channels, so they look for Twitter. So they waste some time on this. And they have now an opportunity to propose, for example, I don't know, you are in some technology group in Telegram or Discord, or you follow some influencer in Twitter who are related to maybe blockchain, technology, startups, and so on and so on. So you follow these people and groups, and now you can propose, for example, hello people, I know that there is a group where we can make some native advertising about our project. Start chatting this, and we can do this. And when we have, for example, 1,000 people, we can send them in a group or send them to comment a post of famous influencers. And it will help growing our community a lot. And your time, maybe, yes, we'll think how to reward it in the future.
Thank you, buddy. Some good comments, some good insights. I say it is all about community spirit and spreading the word. And you know, if we want to attract new people to the group, obviously we need to tell them what we're doing.
Yes.
So don't see any other questions on the call about this. And yeah. So let's move swiftly on. I know it's getting late for you, Kenny. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, buddy. Yeah, the Japanese sub-governance. You guys have been doing some great work so far. Yeah, the floor's yours if you'd like to tell us a little bit about it.
Thank you. So I just heard from our team the last time we visited this Zoom meeting. It's been like almost 3 months. So for the past 3 months, there's about like 3-4 updates that we would like to share to the global governance. The first one is the Moonstake campaign that we held during the summer, especially like in August. We had a collaborated campaign with Moonstake, the staking pool. I think it's still the 3rd or 4th largest staking pool in the world. And the campaign went pretty well. It actually went very well. However, after the campaign finished, we lost a lot of followers on Twitter account. And we suspect that the Twitter account who followed us were, there was a lot of bots and they probably got their account deleted from the Twitter itself. So we continuously had a conversation with Moonstake staking pool for like over 2 more months afterwards, and they agreed with extended campaign with us, like regarding on the listing of Free TON to their staking pool. So our team member is making a proposal to submit to global governance right now. So he'll probably be submitting like over the following week about the proposal. So if it goes well, we can start a listing campaign which the free tone will get listed, and we'll go for the global campaign for next 3 to 6 month period. Yeah, so the detail will be submitted once again. So very looking forward for the Moonstake campaign. And that's the one part that we wanted to share. And the second part is that we, in summer, we held a hackathon, the first hackathon for free tone in Japan. We held it online, and about 12 teams joined the hackathon. And over the weekend, they created, they submitted idea, they did a presentation, and they even did made a demo in like a short time. And there was like a lot of a great team and great engineers who were capable of making and not building full product, but like building a demo in such a short time. And yeah, the good thing about the hackathon was that we got connected with like great engineers in Japan. And in Japan, we don't have that many blockchain engineers. Yeah, compared to like, yeah, outside Japan. So it's super rare for like Japanese market to have those kind of blockchain engineers. So we got connected to them. And this one person who was coaching the hackathon on the engineer side, he got interested to free tone project, and he officially joined the Japanese sub-governance team in summer. And his name is Mr. Otsuka, and he's a great engineer in blockchain space in Japan, and he does advisory for like more than a few projects, like one of the good projects in Japan as well. So it's very good to have him on board to lead this hackathon. And we'll be holding hackathon, hopefully next one within a year, but we'll have a hackathon, and we have a plan to host Ideathon, not just like a engineer to join, for like user to propose a creative idea for the use cases. So we want to host like some event for the use cases as well. So that's the second part. And third part is that we created Moku Moku Kai. That's Japanese, but it's kind of like a studying for engineer. It's like 1 hour per every week. I think they're holding it like right now, or they just finished holding it, hosting it. So engineer joins, and they kind of commit what they're gonna study about. And at the end of the session, they'll not present, but they'll talk about like what they did over it. So it's just getting engineer to join our community, because we try to join a lot of online event in Japan, because there's not many engineers in Japan, and a lot of those kind of online events are hosted by a project, like protocol project. And even though if we can join, it's better to have our own, community for future. So we started step by step to build up this engineer community. It's still small, but we get more engagement like every week. So hopefully this will continue it and find good engineer. So in future they can build a product on top of free tone protocol. That's fourth part. And the last part is that we started a new blog. We used to use Medium to write about articles for the Japanese market. And in Japan, the market is a little bit different. So people don't read Medium as much. And there's a blockchain blog called Hyde. And so this blog has a rewarding system and wallet connection. And a lot of engineer and front end of the blockchain users use this blog called Hyde. And so we replace it to a Hyde system, so we can reach out to more front end users. Yeah, so that's about it for the past 3 months. So upcoming, we do have a new Moonstake campaign and a listing proposal. And then hopefully we can continue hackathon.
Fantastic work, buddy. I mean, obviously I've been kind of in the shadows of the Japanese sub-governance, keeping an eye and helping you guys out, connecting with the the main groups. Yeah, I mean, you've got to go where the people are at the end of the day. I like that what you were saying about, obviously if there isn't a huge Japanese market reading medium, you've got to go where the people are. You can't expect them to come to us, can you? So yeah, brilliant proactive sub-governance, great stuff. Anyone have
thank
any?
you so much for the support.
Yeah, no, my pleasure, of course, anytime. And we look forward to having you come back on the call. Don't leave it 3 months next time, okay?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I didn't know it was like that long. Yeah, I get my
No.
team on board as well. Yeah.
The weeks, they fly by when we're all so busy, I think.
Yeah.
Did anyone have any questions for Kenny while we're on the call? I mean, very, very thorough presentation, so I think we covered all the bases. No, going once, going twice, get a thumbs up from Alex, in which case, brilliant stuff. Thank you again. We may have a few questions on YouTube, but we'll hold on and find out. Right, so moving on to our pretty much our final topic, but the big one of the day, pretty much has been the big one of the day for the past several weeks. I can see he's struggling to keep it to just water in that glass at the moment, but no. We're getting there, hopefully. I mean, let's go to Alex. What's the latest on the rebranding, my friend?
Thank you very much, Ben. Well, recall that last time we said that we wanted to correct a little bit the process, because the process so far has been until last week that community kept generating ideas. I was getting like 10 a day, and I could hardly digest, and was passing to the marketing that's taking the lead. And we completely ignored the trademark thing, which is obviously very important, because if the project becomes successful and we use the trademark in our classes like 42, 35, well, 42 mostly, which is taken by somebody, they can simply, they can simply force us to remove ourselves from the website, from Google Play and App Store, if the wallets or browsers are using that brand. And that's very real. That's not a dream. So what we've done in the last week, in the first 5 days, is took most of the ideas that were flying around, like 20 ideas that were in different votings and polls, through the trademark analysis. And it was a little bit of a shock to see that a lot of stuff has actually been taken, and we're wasting our time discussing those ideas. Things like Protos, Nucleus, Meta was all taken completely, and in some cases by companies like Facebook, for example, talking about Meta, for example, as we all know by now. So so basically, from the ideas that were up there on some sort of short list, the only one that survived scrutiny and has reasonable potential from what I personally believe, and some of the other folks who are engaged believe, is Everscale. And basically what we initiated last night is a vote in the global governance chat, which was, to my total shock and surprise, it was 100% unanimous. So like 25 people said yes, and 0 said no. And then early this morning, we pushed it into the global community chat. Of course, you have more controversy there. And from what I'm seeing in the chats, is part of the controversy is that there is a large chunk of people in those who are saying no to Everscale, which are just against the rebranding in principle away from Free TON. They're saying that they're just disagreeing with the need to rebrand. And basically, whatever name we put in there, it would still be no. So I'm kind of a little bit adjusting that in my head, that vote. But then we have to face the realities that about 2 months ago, we had a vote on the need for rebranding. I think it was something like 74%. And I mean, to me, every day it's getting more and more obvious that we do need that. And I think for a lot of other folks. So I think we passed that point. So if anybody who voted against would consider changing their mind and evaluating Everscale as a standalone decision, because it doesn't help to say no to any name coming up, because I mean, that decision has been taken that we will rebrand. So it's not helpful to the network in that regard. So I would encourage people who said no for that regard, for that reason, to consider actually voting on the basis of Everscale being a new brand. Regarding the brand itself, I'm personally completely in love with it because it's extremely open. It's very, opens huge horizons for marketing. because scalability is not just about performance. It's about community, it's about governance, it's about adoption. So you can just imagine what kind of marketing claims and slogans can be out there with this. I'm also intrigued partially because it's a two-word brand, Ever and Scale, and Ever can potentially become what Ton is today, i.e., like the anchor word with which you can do, with which you can do wallets and browsers. I'm not saying it's going to happen like that, but it's just an option as well. We had a professional assessment from Boxman on Everscale. It's quite positive. They did mark that there are like 3 companies out there with Everscale brand. One is a venture capital firm in San Francisco. Another one is a marketing firm somewhere in Europe. And then a cloud provider also somewhere in Europe. And somebody was joking that we should have that VC fund buy some tokens, hire that market agency to do something, and put a couple of nodes in that cloud provider and call them part of the ecosystem. It's a joke, of course. So it's quite empty. And more importantly, jokes aside, on the trademark side, it looks quite reasonable. So the team has already actually filed applications for that, just to make sure we check the slots and it's done. So my encouragement would be again to continue voting, and those who voted against rebranding, it's kind of not really helpful to reconsider potentially, but no pressure, of course. It's up to everybody. So that's a short story regarding the chime-in. It's an open question because we need obviously to come up with a positioning document, and there is a draft flying around. We need the logo, we need the brand book, or at least light version of the brand book. We need a new website, which is being worked by the DeFi Alliance. And of course, as Mitya said, my personal opinion is that we should rebrand after we move to the Rustnode network, because it's a nice trigger as well. It's symbolic trigger, I should say, as well, which, as Mitya said, would happen by end of November. So we're talking kind of December plus timing on rebranding. And of course, it's going to be gradual because there's a lot of stuff to be done on migrating resources and everything. There is a nice point that was brought up by somebody from Global Governance a couple of days ago, that now Google offers you opportunity for companies or brands or whatever organizations who rebrand to basically migrate all your search history to the new brand, which means if 2 months from now somebody will put Everscale in Google, all of the stuff that has been around Free TON would automatically be pulled by Google when you type Everscale, which is something I personally didn't know. And we're waiting for a little bit more education on how exactly that works. But that would be amazing news if we can, of course, link all the positive PR and exposures that we had as Free TON to the new name. So that's a short update from me. And we promised last time that we would, take a decision by this call. I think we're very close to that. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Alex. And obviously, everyone has their opinions on names, and everyone had their own favorites. And you were saying you received 10 a day. Yeah, I can probably times that by 5. And yeah, I only forwarded about 2 or 3 of them on to you myself. So there have been so many suggestions flying around, and again, a lot of them are pretty good. But like you say, it does come down to a lot more factors than just kind of preferentials or phonetics and such. Has anyone on the call got any questions about the rebranding, about the name? Michael, you're unusually quiet today.
He's buying domains. He's buying Ever Michael, Ever something like that.
No, I'm not buying anything. Just listening to the discussion. I'm pretty listening to the discussion and waiting for some opinion to be fixed and move forward, because as this history shows, you can be called literally whatever. It's always the point of what is inside of you, what you can offer to the community, to the developers, etc., and that makes the value, not some letters which are compiled in a Word or something. So I'm just waiting when it's fixed and ready to move on. That's really my point.
Yeah. I think like a lot of us just kind of waiting for a resolution at this stage, really. It's not what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside that counts. Yeah, no more questions on Zoom about that then. I mean, again, we've had a lot of talk about this. Let's go over to YouTube then, and we'll squeeze Ben's bits in at the end. What have we got? Question about rebranding. Will it be finished before the Malta event? I believe you just kind of answered that one, Alex, but do you want to take it?
No. It's all the branding for Malta has been sent like days ago, as Joan mentioned. It's and it's not right. I mean, we don't even have a logo. Come on, it's we just cannot do it. It has to be done properly. It has to be done fast but properly.
Sorry, I left myself on mute while I went to YouTube then. What else have we got? Ton Loot says Everscale sounds about right. I like it. A few people saying they like it. I mean, personally, wasn't my favorite amongst the selections, but when you factor in the criteria, I like it a lot. I think we can definitely do a lot with it from a marketing perspective. What would be the name of the coin at CoinMarketCap and exchanges if we chose Everscale? I suppose, like you just said, that's kind of a point of debate at the moment. There's a few options.
Yeah, I don't think it's a done deal yet. Folks are just exploring, researching. I think somebody made a post in the global community with saying which ones are empty. And for me, it's not, to be honest, for me, it's a less important thing. You can play with that, and there are folks who are actually not directly linking it to the brand name, the ticker name. So for me, it's a secondary decision. Let's pass the Everscale thing, and then we move it.
Yeah, well, one hurdle at a time, I think, definitely. In which case, I mean, that's pretty much. Nurik's just kind of repeated what would the ticker of the token be. I think that'll kind of be decided with use, won't it? Really, use and time, and once where we go. Yeah, I think that's about it then. Everyone's finished on the call with the questions. Everyone's finished on YouTube on the questions, and we've got a whole 15 minutes left. Brilliant. Well, I've only got a very short Ben's Bits for you this week, guys. Thank you very much, by the way, Alex. I didn't even say that. How rude of me. Thank you. So this week, little things which I don't think have had a mention really yet on the call, but definitely worth checking out. TonSwap have launched their long-term farming program. Been a bunch of details gone out about that. Some really cool, exciting new features which you don't really tend to find elsewhere. Surf have done another round of updates. Some really cool stuff in there. I mean, obviously, Mitra mentioned at the beginning you had the Killer Whale podcast was being kind of broadcast through there, a few issues, but yeah, I mean, we're doing things which kind of no other wallets are doing out there at the minute, as far as I'm aware. And another cool, very new feature, Ton Punks are looking at getting their staking feature sorted. So you may remember this, the generative NFT project a short while back that sold out really quick. I think there's only 10,000 of them available, and yeah, there's been a lot of activity on there since, but you can now stake your punks, which is pretty cool, or you will be able to very soon. And like I say, I think I mentioned it earlier whilst Joe was talking, but not this week coming out. 18th of November, whichever week that'll be, 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing Nevermind the Shitcoins live. So, like I say, if you are in Malta, if you can be there, if you're thinking about coming, let me know, and I want to make a big show of it on this live one. Let's get loads of people involved, have some teams, have some benches, some shouting, some drinks. A lot of fun. Just bring the Thursday night to the Malta event. Brilliant. And Nurik at the last minute says, thanks, Ben, for answering our questions. You're welcome, my friend. Yeah, we're wrapped up in lovely, brilliant time. 10 minutes to spare. So thank you very much, everyone, for your very efficient presentations.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and thank you, everyone, for listening in. Catch you all next week, if not before.
Thank you.
Yeah, going once, going twice, going thrice. Bye, everyone.
Hey.
Bye-bye.